This is LAPD that's amplifying helicopter activity inside of my apartment. You're also looking at the impossible light activity, the pattern of the blinds that's going up both walls and across my ceiling while they are stalking in the path. This is criminal surveillance. That's what group stalking is. They're engaging in surveillance using a helicopter. And the people of the state are surrounding in relevant position. That's what you saw 1806 number 3 engaging in. While they are on the staircase beneath me, it's creating amplified noise inside of my apartment where you're seeing, again, the light source that's directly over. These are demons and helicopters flying around and above. This is speaking to the criminal surveillance that LAPD is engaging in concert with the people who are maintaining ceaseless criminal presence. Okay, that's what surveillance is, that's what group stalking is. All right, and you're looking at the environment. You already saw the engineered light, you saw the light source, but I want to include that in this documentation because the people of the state are going to federal prison. All right, this is criminal surveillance in concert. That's group stalking. Group stalking is criminal surveillance by the government in a very specific environment. There is no sun that is ever anywhere over the Ovid Family Community Library, like I documented, all right, while it's over the elevator, okay? That's what's prefacing this demon that's forth on this property in relevant position, and it's a means of amplified audible activity. This group stalker just went inside of that garage. They're all monitoring here, but I'm just giving you one example. They're driving around on the streets, they're monitoring, they're pacing around in the engineered light. This is not sunlight, this is the engineered light you see on my ceiling, you saw above my bedroom door this morning. They're all pacing around in this. This is a malicious system underway by a demon-possessed population that was flying over my apartment in helicopter and flying across in helicopter under what's the light source. This is why everybody at Alvarado Gardens is going to federal prison, but they're all monitoring together. They're all going to be prosecuted as sex offenders, group stalking and showing ongoing impunity. The demon-possessed are a threat to the public. They show an unhealthy and an abnormal desire to continue engaging in stalking, and their secret society isn't a secret anymore. Their secret criminal conduct, their secret demonic activity isn't a secret anymore. This is the light source that's right over my apartment at 11:42 a.m. This is P.O.C. Okay, that was, again, direct evidence. That's the corroborating evidence. In the specific environment, the government is stalking. All right, the entity is surrounding you with a specific environment in the engineered light. Demons pace in the path with light. How is LAPD showing you their demon possession? They're in my path, in the light source, and my apartment is filled with engineered light. They're demonstrating their demon possession. That's what demons do. That's what they're all doing, they being the people of the state, and everybody at Alvarado Gardens is engaged in criminal surveillance, and that's why my apartment and my work office, all of the property, that's why the entity is keeping a light source here rising and setting in alignment to my apartment. Everybody here is going to federal prison. And that's the ongoing corroborating evidence speaking to a criminal act of surveillance on behalf of the government, which you shall not engage in without sitting in federal prison. And this is an impermissible threat. They're going to federal prison for a long time. The people of the state, 59 units here, and this is criminal surveillance. When I was standing down here, you saw the male. I took a picture. He lives in apartment 1806, number 3. You can see anywhere that I go, you have a demon that will arrive to maintain presence in the path. That's what group stalking is. Presence in the path under the light source. That's the P.O.C. That's amplification, and that demon is crossing path while impossible light moves across that fence. In front of that garage, that's a surface where engineered light is moving across. That's a demon. That's why I said the face, the names, it's not necessary. You're going to prosecute the people. These are demons that are targeting. And you already know that because the light source is here. All they're doing is pacing around. This is a sick population, and their system, they're literally exposure on the world scene is ticking down. They're literally on a time clock, and but there's no going to be any time clock with me. This is a time clock for their exposure because this is substantiating why all of them, and by all of them I mean everybody whose house you could see as far and wide as that light touch, they're all going to be federally prosecuted. They're all going to be identified as group stalkers in the state of California. They're all going on a database that's going to be maintained by the Department of Justice. Okay, they are a threat to children, in other words. They will not be able to work in specific industries, in other words. They will not be able to live wherever they want, okay? I just want to be clear on that. This is the maintenance of the light source at 1142 while a demon is crossing path and across that space, which I've already documented this before. They just engaged in it again. And the same thing that you saw the group stalker driving in the blue SUV this morning while he's driving in the shade at that, under the light source that's over the leasing office, which, by the way, it's still over me. That was 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 hours ago. Yeah, that's P.O.C., okay? That's P.O.C. Well, hold on, I want you to see that. That is P.O.C. 8:19 a.m. to what is right now 11:45. That's the pattern of conduct. And while a DM street, that is called presence in the path, crossing path. And that wall right there, let me put my finger there so you can see it right there. That wall, they're crossing path with me. Engineered light swipes all across that gate. Okay, and the people of the state use that as a surface very often. I documented this specifically months ago. And that's exactly what they did right now. The entity is engaging in what is an identical behavioral pattern, which is a phenomenon. And you've seen this by the masses, especially in Ontario, California. And the more I speak to their demon possession, the more that they illustrate it for you. you. That's why you have the entity showing up in commercial vehicles, engaging in the same impossible conduct. That's what demons do. They stalk in your path with light. This is what demons are doing, scale stalking in your path with light while an entirely engineered environment remains around you. All right, that was literally LAPD providing evidence against the people of the state. They're all going to federal prison here at Alvarado Gardens. You're living in a community and engaging in 24-hour criminal surveillance. Yeah, that's P.O.C. And the federal government is literally going to come raid, remove the children. They're going to federal prison. It's currently 11:45 a.m. And this is the maintenance of the specific environment. So this is engineered light, so that way you can see the pattern of the blinds, because this engineered light pierces through closed blinds. There's no question about what I'm telling you. You see the leaves piercing through my closed blinds at the end of the day, as though the sun is going to remain anywhere for 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours, and then pierce through closed blinds. While it is moving, the leaves are blowing in the wind through the magnification of that light. And this is where you are seeing helicopters in relevant position. Those are the demons affiliated with police departments who are engaging in criminal surveillance in this country. That's what LAPD is doing. And they are incriminating the people of the state who live in relevant position. That's group stalking by the people. They're all going to federal prison again. Let me repeat it, because the entity is testing my authority, and I'm going to let you know right now, they're going to sit in federal prison, and they're going to recall what I told them when they were repeatedly posing an impermissible threat. This is the direct evidence of what is impossible to naturally occur. This is prefaced by what is criminal presence in that path. This is both speaking to what is surveillance. That's what group stalking is, keeping you under surveillance, and the state is doing it maliciously. And not only it's malicious through the environment, but it's also malicious because the people are vicariously acting on behalf of that same government. And they are all of the same condition, maintaining presence in the path in light, which is what demons do. It's terrorism, and it's criminal surveillance in violation of the Constitution and your human rights. All right, it is currently 11:47 a.m., and this is P.O.C.